It's time for the MMA-Holes!
From the Jump Back Studios of Arizona, we're live with the MMA Holes.
Wonderful.
What's up, friends? How you doing tonight? It's Monday night here on the MMA Holes. Make sure you hit that like button. We're going to be covering stuff inside the world of the UFC combat sports. The latest news, Sean Strickland. There was a video that popped up about behind the scenes, how the UFC deals with Sean Strickland. We'll watch that over here. It's pretty interesting. Also, Raul Rosas Jr. is the real deal, baby, as he competed on Saturday night. We'll recap that card and get to the latest and greatest of news. How's everyone doing in the chat? Hit the like button, please. Shout out to my bookie. The promo code is MMA-Holes for a 10% match on your first deposit. Do it responsibly and win big. Dubby, link in the description down below, or you could just go to Dubby and use the promo code MMA-Holes for a 10% discount on Dubby. And thanks to everyone for buying all the events through our link in the description down below. It's ESPN Plus. If you want to watch UFC 303, use our promo link. The return of Conor McGregor and all the UFC content. Go check it out below in the description. Thank you guys for using that link. Appreciate it. How's everyone in the chat doing? You all well? Everyone good? Everyone wonderful?
Wonderful.
Let's take attendance before we get into this program tonight, live on YouTube. Raul Rosas Jr. needs to get a teeth fixed. Poor guy has a hard time speaking clearly.
Wonderful.
Omar, they exploded it. Sup, Wiz, sup, Dad. How you doing? How you doing, Joe? What's up? Cannonier has a black cloud following him. Jeez. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I still feel the same. Let's see. Thank you, Dustin Diamond. Dustin Diamond, being a member for 25 months, says, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Best MMA channel on YouTube. Yeah!
Wonderful.
All right, let's get into it. Thank you for the kind words, and thank you for your support as a member of this community. Okay, so Herzog is a thief. Yeah, Herzog's been catching some heat. Let me see. I'm curious if let's see. Did Herzog respond to any of this nonsense? I saw there was a tweet the night of Jason Herzog, the Zog. He isn't going to work on anything. He is trolling. His post is a joke about going to kill himself. What? Arthur, you have an AI-generated profile pic, bought 18K followers on social media app, and comments of ever posts, or I think he's trying to say on every post about me. It would be hard to top the work you've already done. So this guy Arthur, I guess, is going back and forth with the Zog, but nothing about the stoppage. I'm sure this is what he's probably trolling. So there's Arthur, and that is an AI picture. 18K followers. Yeah, that looks a little embellished there. There's no activity on his no one cares about his posts. All right. Well, anyway, Herzog hasn't said anything, but yeah, Jared Cannonier for Imavov on Saturday night, and the stop was premature. It was. Not saying Imavov wouldn't have won, but in a situation like that where it seemed like Cannonier was fine. It didn't. I mean, it seemed like he was stunned, but it didn't seem like he was out of the fight. It seemed like he had enough wits to protect himself, and it could have played out a little bit. We've seen this over and over again in main events. This is a stoppage you don't want to see. And if this was in a championship fight, the internet would have went completely wild. But it was on Jared Cannonier. a guy that's been getting a lot of decisions as of late. He's 40 years old, and maybe some people just like, whatever, who cares? But yeah. Little Seal says the stop was so bad. It was. I don't know, man. I don't know what Herzog was thinking. Usually he's good. He's had moments, but I guess they're all human, right? They all have their moments. Anyway, let's open up with this here. So this video is from Fight Inc. Inside the UFC. So this is apparently on Roku. I don't even know how to get Roku. I have no idea. But if anyone has a way to get these, let me know in the Discord. But this was on episode 2, and it seems like it's a pretty interesting show because it basically shows behind the scenes of like when ish hits the fan, how the UFC handles it. And I missed the first episode. I missed the second episode, but I've been seeing clips online, and I'm like, well, I kind of want to see this. Let's see. Roku is a device. Yeah, so what do you do with Roku? What is it? Is it like a Fire Stick? Is it like Amazon? I don't know. What the fuck? What is it? Android box? What is like? It's so crazy to have every single device and then pay for every service. It's insanity. But yeah, I guess it's a big deal, right? Roku getting this series on there. I guess that's cool. Guru is a closet him. What? He's a closet him? Roku is like a Fire Stick, yes. Okay, so do you have to pay for a service or no? Roku gives you unlimited free energy. Like a stick? Yes, but service is free. Oh, well, that's actually kind of cool. Yeah, Roku, I had a Roku in like 2012. Yeah, I haven't heard, like, Roku was like one of the first to do it, right? You see James Lynch's video on the top MMA YouTubers are making each month. No, I did not see that. Who is it? I mean, Guru, I would imagine, is I mean, actually, I started that. Like, Jedi Goodman put it out there, and I responded, and he retweeted. And is that what he's talking about? Roku is free. And if it is, with Jedi Goodman, that's AdSense. So it's not what the top YouTubers are making. Tesla invented in the Kill Gym. Roku is still very popular. Is it? Okay. Well, if it's free, that's actually pretty cool. Roku TV. Okay. Well, if anyone knows an alternate way of getting it, let me know. You got a link? All right. So here's the video of Sean Strickland. So apparently the UFC behind the scenes, this young lady over here is like Dana White's right-hand woman. Like this girl, he probably smashed her too. I don't know. But she, anytime Dana has a question, she's like always by his side. So she's basically, I don't know. She's very important to Dana White, right? And they had this whole meeting over here about Sean Strickland and how he addresses the media. Here, check it out. So yeah, her name is Lene Breckenridge. So she's UFC SVP Communications. So she's very, very high up in there.
Ready to get this started. Okay. First off, love to give a little recap on Sean Strickland.
He had a couple of
pen ready.
Yeah.
You know what this reminds me of? You know in TMZ where they have Harvey, you know, the gay guy that's always sipping on like, I don't know, it looks like a fast food cup. He's got like some sort of like Arby's cup in his hand. This reminds me just like of TMZ where Harvey just starts asking the people and then all the TMZ people just start talking about gossip.
First off, love to give a little recap on Sean Strickland.
He had a couple of
pen ready.
Yeah. He had a long speech about not allowing women to vote anymore, and that's the reason that this country is kind of going downhill.
Maybe that's where we f***ed up, you guys. We let women vote. No offense.
A couple choice comments about Germany and America.
Look how all serious they are. Look at
and Brazil as it relates to his opponent.
Stupid f***ing Germans, bro. These dirty Brazilians. America, you guys. We're all a bunch of degenerate
I mean, it was about 26 minutes of unadulterated
Sean. Yeah.
He just says it all.
Thanks for that recap.
Yeah.
That was colorful. See you guys soon.
Bye.
oh my God. And then like the dramatic music plays. like you're kidding me, right? Like what's supposed to happen here? What's this whole dramatic thing? They're cutting back and forth to Sean talking to the media. Well, everyone's sitting around this table in a conference room saying, oh my God, with the dramatic music. Like, what the hell, man? Like, nothing comes of it, right? Are they going to cancel Sean Strickland? Are they going to stick this piece of duct tape over his mouth and say, no, you can't be saying it? Have they already told him, hey, buddy, tone it down? I mean, it seems like he's still Sean. It seems like he hasn't really toned it down that much. Thank God. I mean, we don't need him, neutered. But, yeah, that's kind of wild, right? That whole thing behind the scenes. I mean, it makes sense. It's a big company that you want to make sure you're aware of what all your employees are saying and doing. Just in case shit hits the fan, you're ready for your defense, I guess. I'm assuming that's what it is. But it's so funny how she sat down, she listened, she's like, all right, well, I'm going to go tell Dana, I guess. I like, where's she going? Is she going to go talk to Sean? Like, what happened after this scene here? I want to see more. Give me more of this Roku series. But it's just funny how the UFC has to handle a guy that's just speaking his mind. You may agree, you may disagree. Dana White says he doesn't care. He doesn't care what they say, but clearly they have to care because they're running a big business. So in the chat, let me know what you think about this. Did you laugh? Did you see this before? Do you think Sean's going to get scolded? Did he get scolded? Let me know in the chat. UFC will never give him another title shot. It's got to be a headache for the UFC. Like, I think Dana believes in free speech, but at the same time, they're trying to run a business. So, and Disney is, running the show with ESPN Plus. This may be the most retarded meeting of all time. Pretty much. Yeah, it's a pretty dopey. But, I mean, I guess when you're running a business and there's a lot of sensitive people out there, I don't know. They were saying, hold on. If it wasn't for Sean, we would have stuff to talk about, or wouldn't have stuff to talk about. Is that what you're saying? Dana doesn't care if you can sell a few tickets. Yeah, I mean, Sean's clearly on the mic is more important than in the cage. A lot of people complain about how he fights, but on the mic, he's hilarious, and I think he does sell fights. I think he does. Sean's a version of Colby. I mean, kinda, right? Because you got both guys with big talk, and then when it comes to the actual fights, it feels underwhelming. Like, I get it. I get what they're doing. But still, you leave their fights feeling, well, not surprised that was a decision. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird. You talk such a big game, but they're just trying to sell a fight, and I don't know. As a person, I don't think they're very similar, but kind of. Yeehaw! MMA-Holes, baby. How you doing, Juice? They did Jeremy Stevens dirty. You didn't like how they treated him?
Who the fuck is that guy?
I don't know who he is. You can't censor Sean. Colby is a pussy. Sean actually fights. Well, I got to say this. As I'm not a big Colby Covington fan. I'm a bigger Strickland fan. But I will say that when Colby fought Usman twice, those were really good fights. They were solid, man. They were legit bangers of fights. Like, you can go back and watch those multiple times and be entertained. And you can make arguments with Usman cheating. Colby could have won those fights. I mean, there were moments in that fight where Usman was playing little dirty tricks out there. So, I mean, you could make an argument that Colby could have beat Usman, even though I picked Usman both times. When was the last time Colby? But here's the difference. Sean Strickland went in there and beat the shit out of Israel Adesanya, like every round, just dominating Izzy, which is something that Colby will never. I mean, we're never going to see Colby do something like that. So. Yeah, Sean wins that. An actual champ. If you know what you're getting with Sean, you can enjoy his fights. Yeah, pretty much. That's a good way to say it, right? Sean Strickland, when he's out there, I mean, his style. his style is it's a defensive, offensive style. You know, he's got a very weird stance and. You know, you look at the guy, you know, it's quite bizarre. Wait, what the fuck is this? One of my favorite Sean Strickland fights. What the fuck, dude? Oh, God. Trying to see if I can find something where you can see how he's standing. But, yeah, I mean, it's weird. You see him in the training room, and, like, he's beating the shit out of, like, influencers and stuff like that, right? And then you say to yourself, well, where the fuck is this guy in the UFC? And oh, yeah, he's fighting an influencer, a guy that really can't fight. You know, so I understand why Sean catches his criticism. You know, I understand it. I get it. And he comes across as a little hypocritical. But at the same time, he feels like a breath of fresh air. It's weird. Sometimes I want to criticize the guy, and sometimes I just want to laugh my ass off at what he says. So like I'm in a weird spot when it comes to Sean Strickland. I like when he's on the mic. I enjoy it. I think he's hilarious, the shit that he says. You know, he cracks every time he's on the mic. There's something that's going to make me laugh, especially when he's just him in the media. Now, press conferences, sometimes he knocks it out of the park, and sometimes it's just too big of a moment. You know, he's not a comedian, whatever. But when it's just him in the media, just bantering back and forth, I think that's where Sean shines. But then on the other hand, you know, you got a guy that's going around beating influencers up and, you know, talking this big game and then going decisions, all these fights. It's kind of weird. I'm going to bleed for you. You're going to see blood, and I'm going to bleed for you guys. And then, you know, there's no blood. And you're like, well, we were promised something else, you know? So it's weird. Sean's a weird thing. It's a whole weird phenomenon, but I'm for it. I don't mind it. I think the way he sells it on the mic and the fact that he proved himself against Izzy and got the title, I'm for it. And I would like to see him fight Duplessis again, or I don't know, maybe run it back with Izzy at some time. You know, I'm cool with it. Whereas Colby Covington, I'm kind of on the fence because that Leon fight was kind of lame. He had, like I said, those two good Usman fights, but sometimes I don't know. I prefer Sean. I can't stand Colby, but it's a fact. He was crying. Hold on. It's a fact. He was crying time out nonstop in back of the head shots he was doing. He grabs the cage a lot too, but he gets away with it. Why stop? What the fuck? I can't stand Colby, but it's a fact. He was crying time out nonstop in back of the headshots he was doing. I don't know what the fuck, Alpha Ginger. What the fuck you saying? I don't know. What the fuck are you talking about? Imagine in Sean's next fight, he talks a big game. Then when the fight comes, he starts breaking, and eventually the opponent overpowers Sean and grapes Sean as the ref does nothing. So you're saying, imagine he talks a big game and then gets raped. Gotcha. No, I can't imagine that. I don't know. Can't imagine.
Sean makes a few comments about Germany and speaks the truth about women. The UFC feels compelled to hold a symposium revolving around how gross and crass he is. Mind you, these are just words. Dana White slaps a hoe, gets a huge pay increase.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing, right? I really truly think, though, that Dana doesn't give a shit what Sean says. I think that is the case. But then he does have people in place that have to take care of situations like this because it is a big business and they are on a Disney platform, right? And when you got a guy that has this big, strong opinion on politics and whatever, and, you know, saying whatever the hell jumps into his mind, I guess you have no choice but to have these meetings. So Dana, sure, about free speech, he still lets Sean says what he says, but they still have to monitor this. God forbid shit hits the fan. That's what I'm getting out of this. You know, it's comical to watch, though. Here, we'll watch it one more time. Hi, Lene.
Get this started. Okay. First off, love to give a little recap on Sean Strickland.
He had a couple of
pen ready.
Yeah. He had a long speech about not allowing women to vote anymore, and that's the reason that this country is kind of going downhill.
Maybe that's where we f***ed up, you guys. We let women vote. No offense.
A couple choice comments about.
It's so funny how dramatic though they make with the music and everything and the different camera angles, like they try to make this look.
Germany and America and Brazil as it relates to his opponent.
Stupid Germans, bro. These dirty Brazilians. America, you guys. We're all a bunch of degenerate.
It just seems like this is damage control to release this. Like they don't condone what he's saying, you know? Even though Dana White probably agrees with majority of the stuff he's saying, like they can't show to the public that they all like, yeah, right on, Sean. Like they can't do that because I mean, I believe cancel culture is pretty much a done deal. I don't really see it as much, but it's still there. Like people can still get in trouble when you're working for, like, the UFC is on a Disney platform. So it's like, you know, they still could technically, you know, get in trouble and maybe get kicked off or who knows.
I mean, it was about 26 minutes of unadulterated
Sean.
Sean.
Yeah.
He just says it all.
Thanks for that recap.
Yeah.
That was colorful. See you guys soon.
Yeah. So anyone that watched this, what happened after this? Instead of commenting on women's voters, he needs to focus on gaining some knockout power and actually finish his opponent so the judges won't cheat him anymore, allegedly. I mean, I can't argue it. I can't argue it. I mean, you have a right to say that because, I mean, this guy goes out there. He speaks. Yeah, let's talk about that. You know, Sean speaks a big game. Let's play the other side. I'm a big fan of Sean, but Blind Beauty's not wrong. I mean, he speaks a big game and then goes in there and just decisions people, you know. And some say close fights. The Paulo Costa wasn't that close to me, but nor was the Izzy one. But I don't know. Like, he does complain about being robbed in a DDP fight. He complained about being robbed in the Cannonier fight as well. And ironically, Cannonier just got robbed in his appearance on Saturday night. So everyone's complaining about stuff. But yeah, decisions equal win. Yeah, but I'm gonna bleed for you guys, Kainotto. I'm gonna bleed. Like, he's saying we're gonna go to war. You know what I'm saying, Kainotto? You know what I'm saying? That's where it kind of falls flat. I'm playing devil's advocate here because I am a fan of Strickland. But you know, if he's telling everyone he's gonna bleed for them, and then there's no blood and it's a lot of defense, you know. Sean isn't a power fighter, punches and bunches. Yeah, you're saying what we all know, Kainotto. But when you're going out there and saying we're gonna bleed for you guys and all that stuff, and you know we don't get to see that, that's where the criticism comes into play. You know, it's kind of goofy. You know, you're pissing me off. You're gonna make me step out and slap the first woman I say. All right, all right, power slap. You know, Dana White would be proud of that. I'm not gonna play the song. He'd be very proud of you for that. Anyway, that's all I could think on that. I mean, I got to see this reality thing on Strickland. It's pretty. I mean, not Strickland. The UFC behind the scenes. It does look pretty interesting. All right, so let's move on to some more stuff we got over here. First off, I want to recap this fight card that happened. Not this one. This one's coming up. And check out MMAHoles.tv. Go to Goat Milk over there and make your accounts. Here, I'm gonna log in real quick. We're gonna bleed for you guys. Nah, maybe not.
Wonderful.
Maybe next time.
Didn't I go over how many of your favorite fighters and their last dozen or so fighters have the same amount of finishes as Strickland?
What are you talking about? Are you bringing up women's MMA, Chubbs? Is that what you're trying to allude to? Women's MMA? Is that you're trying to make an analogy? So you're saying Sean Strickland is like watching women's MMA? Maybe. Why don't you just say that? Just say, hey, watching Sean Strickland's like watching women's MMA. That would have been a better donation. Right? I mean, just say it. What the fuck are you scared? Just say the fucking... I don't know. I'm here to help. All right. Let's see. Thank you, Chubbs, for the 2. Thank you, Kainotto, as well, for being wonderful. Okay, let's look at this thing over here. So Cannonier versus Imavov. Weird card because the prelims were shitty. They were bad. Like, the prelims were rough. They were a real rough watch. You could see as we scroll through all the decisions on this thing. By the way, I went fucking 500 on this card. I don't like that. I want to be above 500. I don't want to get like half the fights, right? That's number one bullshit.
This is number one bullshit.
Doing you guys a disservice, but I'll bounce back. No problems. Shout out to Zachary Reese getting a nice big win. His first official UFC win. But when you go to the prelims over here, I mean, you got the decision over here. Klein, nice job by Klein getting that win. Decision there. Prates is the only thing that really stood out to me in the prelims. I mean, Prates looks like the real deal. And then there's a video of Carlos Prates smoking. Like, and everyone's like bugging out. They're like, oh my God, this guy's fucking smoking. And he found out he got the bonus and he could fight and he smokes. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure Prates is not the only fighter that smokes cigarettes. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them that still do that. I mean, these are fighters out there. Some don't give a fuck. But he looks really good, and I definitely say keep an eye out for Carlos Prates. This guy is a long Like you just watch him download information. And he's like, all right, now I'm gonna finish you. It's pretty fun to watch. So Prates is definitely a good welterweight to keep your eye out. The shining star of the preliminaries. Brad Katana, shocker, decision win over there. Let's see. De La Rosa redeems herself against Lee. I mean, both girls don't belong in the UFC. Chubbs, what do you think about this fight? This was a great fight, right? Fantastic fight. Oh, there's Chubbs.
Wonderful, wonderful.
You're lying. I'm not talking about women's MMA. I'm talking about Max Holloway. I'm talking about Busy. I'm talking about these fighters who only have 3 or 4 finishes in their last 12 fights.
I don't know. So what do you say? So you're talking about Max Holloway. So are you comparing Sean Strickland? What are we talking about? Chubbs, just say what you're talking about. I'm going to read it. You're lying. I am not talking about women's MMA. Okay, fine. I mean, you're being cryptic. So I have to decode you. Just say exactly what you're talking. Just donate what you want to say instead of cryptically piece together like the fucking Riddler. I'm not fucking Batman. I'm not Batman. I'm not here to solve puzzles. I'm talking about women's MMA. I'm not talking about women's MMA. I'm talking about Max Holloway. I'm talking about Busy. I'm talking about these fighters who only have 3 or 4 finishes in their last 12 fights. What does that fucking mean, Riddler? What does that mean? Throw up the bat signal. Fucking call Batman for this. What the fuck? Like, what does that mean? Sorry, you're making me feel like James Lynch right now. I tuned into James Lynch. I was outside doing yard work. And I haven't listened to James in a minute. So I'm like, all right, let me check out what he's talking about. And he was, it said that he was going to break down the card that this weekend, but I guess he was doing a Q&A with the chat, and he was just scolding the entire chat, like the whole stream. He's just sitting there like yelling at the fucking chat, like pissed off. And I'm like, fuck, do I do that? And here I am yelling at Chubbs. But I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to do a full stream and just yelling at you guys. You ever watch those streams? He's just there like, he's like fucking pissed off. I picture like every time before he goes live, like him and his wife got into the worst possible argument they can get into, and then he just hits go live and it just starts taking it out on his chat. It's so fucking funny to listen to, man. Thank you, Andrew Montanez. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate your 99 cent. Thank you so much. Sean should fight a 6-pack of UFC women champs at the same time. I mean, yeah, why not? I'd watch that. When are you going to be going gooning again? Miss them goon streams. What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? What the fuck gooning? All right. Thank you, guys. I'm just going to start yelling at everybody. No, Chubbs, listen, I appreciate your support. I just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I wish I knew what you were talking about. Okay, what else do we have on this thing? John Castaneda got a win. There was a bunch of upsets on the card, which was pretty cool. Some shitty decisions. Like the first fight over here was pretty wild. Pooja Tomar, first Indian woman to get a win in the UFC. And so a big deal, but kind of controversial. Judge has a 30-27 Santos way. Another judge has a 30-27 Tomar Pooja's way, and they're all over the place. Like these judges are between the reffing and the judges lately. It's tough. It really is tough. And if you're gonna dabble into the gambling world, man, you got to be. I mean, I don't know if the ball bounces your direction, then fine. But sometimes it doesn't, and it's a bad decision or a bad reffing experience. It sucks to lose to that. But yeah, that was crazy, man. Pooja gets the win. And the main event up here, we scroll up here. But before we get to the main event, let's just go through some of these things that happened. So the prelims is done. We have this Soriano upset win over Baeza. Soriano looked good. He needed this win pretty bad. Baeza looked like a complete tomato can. Like, I understand it's been a minute. He hasn't competed in a while. Maybe he's a little rusty. I don't know. But he looked absolutely horrible. The shit he was trying to do in that fight it was almost unwatchable. And then all of a sudden we hit into high gear. Zachary Reese just buzzsawed through Julian Marquez. And it was a pleasure to watch Zachary get the job done because he's one of those middleweights that's just, he's very unique looking. He's a big dude. He's got the fun mullet. He's always looking to finish his opponents out there or be finished. And Marquez, man, this loss has got to be devastating to him because when was the last time he won? Let's take a look. Julian Marquez, last time he won was 20. Think about this. No offense, Sam Alvey. I would love you, but that was his last win in 2021 against Sam. He submitted Sam in the second round. Lost to Gregory Rodriguez, Barry, and Zachary Reese. So what is next for Marquez? It's not looking good. Not looking good, you know. So we'll see. Maybe he's got one more to go. Ferreira gets the win over Stoltzfus. This is another guy to keep an eye out on. This dude, this Brazilian Hulk dude, Bruno Ferreira, who I hit that one on the head. But Bruno was just one of these guys that looks to kill his opponent. Like, you feel like a little uncomfortable when he's fighting because he has ill intentions to the point where it's so entertaining to watch. So Bruno Ferreira is a beast, and he is on my list. I got my eye on you, Bruno Ferreira. You're phenomenal.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, let's see.
Sean Strickland has basically the same finishing percentage in his last 12 fights, excluding this last fight, as Izzy Max Holloway Fulcusman Edwards.
Okay, but Max Holloway has defeated all of the greats. Oh my God, dude. Are you comparing Sean Strickland right now? I mean, who knows? He's not retired yet. I mean, Max is kind of approaching his prime, and he's been in the UFC forever. Max started when he was like 12. I don't know how to handle this. Okay, let's forget you said Max. Volk, Usman, and Edwards. Okay, Usman was a champ, defended. Usman had he had a crazy unbeaten streak. Leon Edwards had a long win streak as well, but I'm not a big Edwards fan, so fine. We'll go with Edwards, sure. Volkanovski is arguably one of the greatest featherweights of all time, and he beat Max. Man, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to Chubbs, I don't know how to respond to this. What's the point are you trying to put Sean in the same category as those guys? Because he's not. Not yet. I mean, maybe one day. Yeah, I don't know what we're trying to say.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Do you guys in the chat? Maybe you guys do.
It shines bright at night yet doesn't at dusk, loves life yet can't stay alive. With its 3 hands it creates life yet it only has 2. You know what I'm saying, Mos? I can't stand that either. Right, Mos? You feel me?
Thank you, Kainotto. I do. I totally understood what you said there. I don't need to do drugs when I do these streams. I can come in completely sober. You know? You guys are like the contact high that I need. I like it. You guys are fantastic. Let's give it up to the chat right now. Let's go. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, all right, here we go. Okay.
I'm talking about finishes. That's what you're saying. He's not exciting because he doesn't finish people. Neither do these guys most of the time. Now that's enough of trolling me to get me to dono.
Okay. I promise you I'm not trolling you. I'm trying to understand you. So, and thank you. I appreciate the donations. You're comparing the excitement level of Sean Strickland to Max Holloway, Volk. Now, Usman had his moments, but he's had some pretty fire fights. But there were moments he had his 30% in this and that, so he had some duds in there. Volkanovski, I mean, he's had a couple of duds, but he's been pretty fire. Max Holloway, I don't know any real Max Holloway duds. I can't even believe you're comparing Sean Strickland to the Max Holloway. Dude, I can't even fucking imagine. Like, excitement level, you're comparing Sean Strickland to Max Holloway. Is that what you're doing? Is that what I'm getting out of this? Dude, this is craziness, Chubbs. All right, let me know in the chat. Do you think? I mean, listen, I like Sean. I like Sean a lot, and I guess we're trying to insult Sean. Is that what we're trying to do here? Like, I like Sean Strickland, although there are times where I watch his fights and I'm like, yeah, it's not the most exciting, or it's like, hey, Sean by decision, that's a lock. Let's bet on that. You know, like it's an easy bet. But I don't know how we're comparing him to Max. You know? And I feel like I'm getting baited into just shitting on Sean. Oh, here's PC Strickland's in the chat. See, this is the guy you need to be talking to. I keep a notebook with names of people who slander Sean Strickland. Tread lightly. Be careful, PC. He devoted his life, that man. For God's sakes. Yeah, I don't know, Chubbs. I severely disagree with you. Like, I ferociously disagree with you. And I'm not shitting on Sean Strickland, but I'm saying the energy on the mic compared to what we see in the cage is severely different. If you say that I'm going to bleed, you know, I'm going to fucking bleed for you guys. You're going to see blood, you're going to see this and that, and then you see 5 rounds of I mean, listen, Sean Strickland, what he does is impressive if you're an MMA fan. But if you're a casual fan watching a Sean Strickland fight, I don't know how you would be entertained, to be honest. I don't. Like that Paulo Costa fight was brutal to watch, man. Honestly, it was a pretty brutal fight to watch, especially for Jesse, because Jesse thought Paulo was going to win, and she forced me to bet on him, which I severely told her not to do, and she still did it. And I'll never forgive her for that. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I don't know what we're saying here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Izzy and Dusman have several boring fights on their resume. I mean, a lot of them.
Okay, let's look at it. Now, Izzy, yes, I agree. I do agree with Izzy. I would rather watch Sean fight over Izzy. Correct. That I do agree. Usman, no. I mean, that fight with Khamzat was fire, and he did it with 2 bad knees. His 2 Colby fights were fire. The Leon fight, not so much. Both Leon fights, not actually. All of them. Nah. Let's go through. Oh, by the way, Usman beat Sean. He literally beat Sean Strickland. So I mean, not exciting, but he beat him at welterweight. Man, I don't know where we're going with this.
Wonderful,
I don't know.
wonderful.
What has 6 legs and 1 arm but likes to finish people off? Let he who heareth listeneth. Quote Kid Raven, nevermore unless there's 2 bushes in one hand and 3 rocks to kill 6 birds. Know what I mean, Moss?
I totally understand. Thank you. Yeah, listen, like I said before, I'm gonna wrap this up in a bow because we do have more stuff to take care of. So when it comes to Sean Strickland, I am a fan of Sean Strickland. Let me make that very clear. I like watching Sean Strickland, especially when he does media scrums. That's where I feel like he is at his peak. I think he's at his best when he's talking to the media and he's just going back and forth and fucking with them. So much fun. After a fight, post-fight interviews, it's more fun than the actual fights. The thing that is problematic is when you say to the death and we're going to bleed for you guys. And then, you know, I mean, he bled in DDP's fight, but, you know, we're going to bleed for you guys. And then if he's bleeding, he's going to complain about why he was bleeding. And if he doesn't bleed, the fight is a little lackluster. You know, it's weird because I can't take him serious when he says to the death. You know, you can't say to the death when you're like, you know, you're like a kangaroo and you got your knee up in the air and you got that pose, you know, like that's not very to the death. So that's where the meme comes in. But do I like watching him fight? Sure. Sure, I do, because his style, it's just fun to watch people get so confused by Sean's style and frustrated by Sean's style and how Sean is able to nullify people like Izzy and Paulo Costa. You know, that is kind of fun to watch. I don't need 5 rounds of it. I kind of get the idea after 3, you know. So once we start hitting championship rounds, it does get a little tiresome, you know, and until he starts doing his flying kicks in the air. You know, we got to see that. That was kind of exciting. So I'm split. I'm torn, but I'm still a fan of Sean. I'm still a fan. I'm more of a fan of Sean than Colby by a mile. Me and Chubbs are having this little conversation. Don't mind us. Thank you, Chubbs.
It's not his fault he walks forward on all these guys and they back off scared like bitches.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, they can't get to him. That's the thing. His defense is so good, you know, and he uses his defense to create offense. It's very impressive. It really is. What other fighter in the UFC have we seen that's done this? I can't name one that's done what Sean Strickland does as a fighter. But let me just say this. If I had to say, I'm going to spend the weekend and watch a bunch of fights. Sean Strickland's not on the list, right? If I'm going to go run back some fights, Sean's definitely not one of them. You know? In fact, I can't even think of one fight unless, I mean, if you don't like Israel Adesanya, run that one back because it's just funny watching Izzy just be completely confused out there and almost get finished. But I mean, Max Holloway, I could name a whole fucking bunch of fights I watched Max. Usman even. I could name off the top of my head fights. I've run back the Colby fights multiple times with Usman. They were great. You know? Volk I don't really run back to because I think I can't stand him. But he's had some decent fights. Yo, that Ortega fight with Volk was fire, man. Where Volk was almost getting his head squeezed off. That was pretty fire.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm just saying he steps in the box and all these fighters step out of the box. That's not his fault.
So what is the point though? Like if you're saying that's not his fault, how's that supposed to, so what am I supposed to say now he's exciting? What the fuck are you saying, man? Like I understand it's not his fault. Yes, I agree. He has a style that confuses people. And he's playing defense, and he's moving forward while he's playing defense, and fighters are like, how do I get around this? And he puts everyone on their back foot. Yes, it's not his fault. So now, because of that donation, am I supposed to immediately say, oh my God, he's exciting now? Is that what we're trying to? All right, Chubbs. Now let's wrap this up here. Where are we trying to go with this? Because I never said it was his fault. I just said he's not very excited. Do you think Sean Strickland wants to watch his fights? I have a feeling that Sean Strickland, when he goes home, he probably punches the fucking wall. He's even said it on the mic. Sean said that he's not happy with his performances. He said that he's had pillow hands. He's made fun of himself with his power. You know? He was surprised when he took out that Obus guy. You know, like he's very honest with that stuff. No, man. See, the chat's probably triggering him. Because, all right, if you think Sean is boring, drop Sean is boring in the chat. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where Chubbs is trying to go with this. Because, I mean, let's be honest. It's not the most exciting thing to watch. I appreciate what he does, but it's not like I'm going to go run and watch replays of his fights. Your man Strickland ain't getting the title back. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I should have, you know what we should do? We should have a debate of MMA-Holes. I should have one super pro Sean fan against one Sean hater. In fact, I would do that shit right now. I would just open it up and have you guys fucking argue with each other. I don't, like, I'm just trying to figure out what the point is with this. Oh.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay.
As the great Conor McGregor once said, there's a lot of pussies in the fight game. They don't take risks, and that makes boring fights, and Sean keeps fighting a lot of pussies.
So you're saying it's his opponent's fault that his fights are boring? Because they're pussies. Right? Is that where I'm getting? I guess that's what you're saying, right? Chubbs, are you drinking tonight, or what are we doing here tonight, Chubbs? Listen, I appreciate your support, man. Thank you very much. Might have to get Chubbs arguing with one of you guys. I don't know what the fuck he's trying to say. This went way too long. I'm supposed to be on fucking Raul Rosas and his fucking shoe face, praising how great. All right, let me just say this. You know who's exciting? Let's segue. You know who's fucking exciting? This guy over here, Raul Rosas Jr. This man, hold on. This is not Raul Rosas Jr. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. But thank you, seriously, thank you, Chubbs. Even though we're not seeing eye to eye here, or I'm not quite understanding exactly where you're going with this, I do appreciate your support. This man is fucking exciting. See this guy over here? This is the definition of exciting. He goes in there like the fucking Tasmanian devil. His opponent doesn't want to touch gloves. Tercios comes out kicking like a lunatic, trying to get on top of Rosas quick. Try to trick Rosas. Rosas settles in and finishes him. This kid, only 19 years old, is ferociously finishing people, breaking human beings in that cage. That's exciting to me. That's exciting. I like a decision too, sure. If it's a war, sure. I'm down with it. But this guy over here is a violent little son of a bitch. And he's going in there. He made a statement on Saturday night, going in there and taking out Tercios, Ultimate Fighter winner. Got a performance of the night bonus. Does it in the second round. Very, very impressed. Super impressed. Tercios is doing all the striking. Rosas Jr. says, I'm just going to finish you, bro. I love it. I absolutely love what this kid is bringing. He's got that super unique look. There's no way to duplicate this man's face. It's an impossibility. You can't be a Raul Rosas Jr. I mean, unless you're Rocky Dennis or something. I don't fucking know. But he's got the broccoli hair. And that's what all the kids like to do. They like to wear that broccoli haircut out there. They like to do that. So he pleases the younger generation. He made this weird-ass noise. Here, check this out. Check this out over here, guys. Let's see. Is it on Happy Punch? Let's see. By the way, there's a video of Tyson Fury drunk. I thought he gave up alcohol. We're going to break that down in a second. Like, look at his little mouth. Like his little but big lips. He's got big hot dog lips and a little mouth. He's got that giant nose. Crazy eyes. His face is so uniquely shaped. Making weird-ass noises into the mic. I fucking love it, man. Dude. Here we go.
What does that mean?
It's just a saying me and my homie Carlos have. It's called Chee-wee-wees.
Look at him. It's like a fucking burnt victim or some shit. But he's got the crazy voice. He's got the whole. He's got the Mexicans all behind him, man. And I love it. I fucking love it. I love the fact that this kid is so unique and weird and so much fun to watch fight. But he's weird in a good way. He's not weird in a Peyton Talbot type way. You know what I'm saying? He's not on like stripper poles, painting his nails, sucking dick. He's not doing that shit like the Izzy stuff. He's not jerking off dogs. This kid over here, he's just a young kid that's just a little weird, little quirky. Didn't even hit puberty yet, and he's fucking smashing the adults. Smashed a 30-year-old on Saturday night and going, chee-wee-woo, it's fucking making stupid-ass Muppet noises.
It's just a saying me and my homie Carlos have. It's called Chee-wee-wee.
But what does it
Chee-wee-wee. What the fuck is that?
mean?
It doesn't have a meaning. It's just like a funny
I'm just good.
word, you know?
I like it. He speaks English. Good for him. Love this kid. I fucking love this kid, man. I absolutely love it. And we were screaming when he got the win. I was like, "Yo, put him in the freaking what is that dome thing over the sphere? Put him in that sphere. Mexican Independence Day. Drop this guy in the sphere. Make it happen. It's a necessity." And what does he do? He hits the mic and he says, "I want to fight in the Mexican Independence Day." Chee-wee-wee. You know, he threw it out there. He said he wanted to get $100K so he can give some money to his mom and buy her a house. I mean, this kid is the shit. He's what Sage Northcutt wasn't. You know, Sage was supposed to be this guy, but this guy comes in over here and he brings Mexico with him. So I love it, man. I hope this kid becomes a champion. I want to hear more of this. I want to hear this guy I want to see him with his sunglasses on and the belt over his shoulder and just saying the dumbest shit. You know, I want him to be the youngest, dumbest champion we've ever had, but he's just mauling through adults. You know, just destroying everybody. This is the savior. This is the guy, man. This is one of the guys. Like, we have to all get on board the Rosas Jr. train. Let me know in the chat. Do you think he's going to be a champ? Now, he's got a very tough way to go because he is at bantamweight. And I think bantamweight could be the toughest division out there when it comes to the talent. Lightweight is probably it. But still, bantamweight, I mean, you look at these guys at bantamweight, it's nuts, man. And he's got to mow his way through. So the UFC has got to be very clever bringing him up the rankings and seeing what happens with him. Hopefully they don't rush him up too soon. But what do you think? Champ or no champ? Let me know in the chat.
Super chat.
Andrew, thank you for the super duper chat.
Chubbs, you've made your point. Relax, bud. Smiley face.
He didn't. I don't understand what he's saying. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. He got ADHD strength. Yeah. Dude's hyped up on Adderall and shit. Nope. Niall Flanagan says no champ. Is he the next John Jones? I tell you, I hope so, man. I hope this kid, man, you know he's going to be popular because he's outside the U.S. He already has another country behind him, so.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Check your inbox on Twitter, play the video, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
All right, let's see if this solves the puzzle. Like, this is more Riddler shit, Chubbs. Thank you. Appreciate you. It's more Riddler. Now you're putting fucking messages in my box. Like, I'm afraid. Do I have to call up the cops and open this thing up and see what we're looking at? Let's see. Chubbs sent a video. All right. This looks like a John Morgan. Let's see.
What is it about other people that you're willing to take these type of challenges where we've never seen somebody in the past say, I'll take that type of risk?
I don't know. There's a lot of people that play it safe in the game. I think, although there's many scared pussies in the fight game.
Chubbs, what do we do? Why did you send me a Conor McGregor? He sent me a John Morgan interviewing Conor McGregor. Okay, it's confirmed. He's drunk. Wait, what the fuck? Chubbs, are you just trolling now, or are you being serious?
What is it about other people that you're willing to take these type of challenges where we've never seen somebody in the past say,
Raul Rosas just pops up.
I'll take that type of risk?
I don't know. There's a lot of people that play it safe in the game. I think, although there's many scared pussies in the fight game, if I'm being honest.
Okay, I don't know what we're doing here. I'm trying to figure this. All right, thank you, Chubbs. What are you trying to prove? The fuck is happening? Thank you, 2Jams, for being a member for 8 months. This must play the Rosas speech from the meme chat. All right, meme channel. Okay, let's see. Hold on, let me go on to Discord. All righty. I wasn't going to go live tonight. I still got that fucking pain in my rib. I'm trying to get this doctor to take me so I get checked out. I wasn't going to go live, but I'm glad I did. I get to talk about all this crazy shit. Okay, let's see. All right, so Kainotto puts this in here. It looks like, It looks like Raul Rosas Jr. was Mork from Mork and Mindy. Interesting. Hold on. Here he is. Here is Raul Rosas Jr. Oh my God. One more time. That's fantastic work. Yes. There he is. It's Raul Rosas Jr. The Muppet. He does look like a fucking Muppet. God, I love it. You know, that voice, that whatever the hell was coming out of his mouth has to, I mean, it's something that just has to happen, right? When you look like Raul Rosas Jr., you need to make those noises. Like, it seems like it's just part of the deal. Achee wee wee. All right, let's see. Happy punch. But yeah, let me know in the chat. What do you guys think of Raul Rosas Jr.? You a fan? You not a fan? Champ? No champ? Chee wee wee. I guess we got a new soundbite now, right? He could be the first slow UFC fight. We've had many different UFC fighters. There could be something. Could be something up with this kid. Could be on the spectrum. It's possible. Okay, let's see. Let's see what the chat's got. Gee wee. Yeah, should we get rid of Jacked?
He was jacked.
I got limited space on my board. Should we get rid of Jacked and do Chi Wee Wee? Stop the Chi Wee Wees? Oh, stop it. What do you mean? This is phenomenal.
What does that mean?
Oh my God. What does that mean? I'm indifferent and Chi Wee Wee. No way you spend this much time talking about Rosas Jr. Dude, he's so much fun. What are you talking about? This is coming from the guy. It's like, PFL is going to take over. Bellator's got the better talent than the UFC. Is that the same guy? The same guy, right? You know what I have to say to you? That's what I got to say to you. Yeah, we should. That should be the soundbite, right? All right. That's all I'll do after the stream. Say goodbye to.
He was jacked.
Say goodbye. Say goodbye to Jax. It's going to take. The beaker's perfect. Oh, the beaker's perfect. We did a short on Raul Rosas Jr. And I did my whole little bit on him. Called him shoeface and this and that. And I was catching so much heat. So much heat. Keep Jacked? I don't know. I feel like Jacked overstayed its welcome.
He was jacked.
I feel like Chi Wee Wee is probably better. I don't know. Chi Wee Wee is a good one. Fantastic. I would like to keep both, but what do I get rid of? I can't get rid of this.
I'm coming.
Can't get that. That's used way too much. I don't use Hanging with the Boys as much anymore, but I feel like that's a classic.
Hanging with the boys.
Should we get rid of Casual?
Casual.
I like that one.
A black man can't drink.
I like that one too. We need a yes and no. Yeah, I don't know.
Wonderful.
I can't get rid of Jack. Chi Wee Wee is retarded. That's the point. Yeah, I think that's exactly why we're playing this. Oh God, it's so dumb. I'm picturing this kid like, I don't know. He's hanging out. I mean, he's what? He probably was doing this when he was 15 years old. You know? Like, you know when you're with your friend in high school and you got like this inside joke and there was one with me and my bud when I was loading trucks. I remember me and my bud would just do this most annoying thing in the world. My dad was like, why are you guys doing this? It was the weirdest thing. Like, we had this weird voice that we would do. Now, picture Raul Rosas Jr., him and his bud, they got this weird inside joke, and this dude is in the UFC now doing the inside joke. What is he gonna do when he's like 30 years old and he looks back at this and he's like, oh fuck, I just did the inside joke in the octagon. Paul Felder's looking at him like fresh out of Whoville with that big Who face of his. Look at these guys. Oh my God. All right, let's move on. I'll spend a whole fucking hour on this shit. But I know it would be used so well, you know? Someone says something dumb. Get rid of Casual. I do use that one a lot too, though. I think Jack's got to go. I think he's got to go.
He was jacked.
I don't really use it that much. I don't. It kind of just sits there, collects dust. I'm using it a lot now because I'm about to yank it. All right. Anyway, let's see what else on this card can we talk about, and then we'll just dive into all the other shit. How about Dominic Reyes? Oh my God, Dominic Reyes comes back, mows through Dustin Jacoby, gets the win. Shit breath is back in business. Yes.
Wonderful.
He does look like he has shit breath. So John Jones, I mean, but anyway, yeah, good for Dominic Reyes. That's not bad for light heavyweight. That's actually good. If we get old Dominic back in the mix over here, that's interesting because this guy was the dude that gave John Jones big test. So let's go, man. I hope Dominic Reyes keeps winning. Get rid of Jones?
A black man can't drink.
Oh my God, dude, that's almost sacrilegious. Get rid of that? You guys want to get rid of that one?
A black man can't drink.
I can't. I just can't do it. Yeah, we need casual. Casual is very important. I can't get rid of John. It's just too good.
A black man can't drink.
Like, I mean, you could hear the pain in his voice in this.
A black man can't drink.
A black man can't drink. I mean, that's the GOAT at his all-time low. We can't get rid of that. That would be very... I just can't do it. Yeah, so good for Dominic Reyes, man. I'm glad he got that win. And then Jared Cannonier gets bent over. Absolutely bent over. Herzog just stuck it right in his ass. Spread the cheeks. Stopped the fight. Jared immediately complained. Imavov. I do not like Imavov at all. I do not like Imavov. Florida 4-1. Oh, my God. Yo, Florida is just going to just run away with the cup. So, hey, congratulations to Florida. They're going to get their first cup. I can't get rid of during Pride Month. I heard Dominic Reyes didn't get a bonus. What? Yeah, who got the bonuses? Hold on, let's see. Who got the bonuses on this thing? So we know Raul got one. Huh, how does Dominic not get one? Nope, did not get one. Raul got performance of the night. Wow, Bruno Ferreira. I mean, oh, he got the fucking... That was the spinning elbow, right? Man, he was the one with the elbow? No, yeah. Dominic should get one too, though. He really should. Was Dominic on Ariel? Hold on a second. Let me go to Jedi. Let's see if Jedi clips some good stuff. Jedi usually get... let's see what Chael says. All right, so we're going to go down the rabbit hole of the news now.
He definitely did not understand me.
He sounds so nasally, Chael, right? So nasally. I just want to get him a breathe right strip or something. You know? He sounds so nasally.
Wonderful.
Sinosi.
Dedicated dollar goal for a new soundboard. How much would it cost for double the space? Also, Raul Chan is cheating.
I tell you.
Rear naked choked him.
Yeah, dude, it was so funny watching Tercios trying to choke him out, and he was stabbing him with his chin. Like it's an extra weapon. Raul Rosas Jr.'s like sharp-ass chin was just stabbing him in the forearm. Phenomenal. We need more Raul Rosas Jr.'s. We need more fighters to look like him. He's fantastic. Imagine punching that chin. It'll go right through the 4-ounce gloves. This soundboard that I have is not a soundboard. It's a tablet. I probably should get a soundboard. I'm literally using a tablet that's probably older than Jesse. This tablet is like a dinosaur, and I have an app on it. You can't even update the Android. But I haven't really looked into, excuse me, a new soundboard. I haven't looked into it. I should. I should have a big ass soundboard. And I should have a producer that plays the sounds instead of me. But I don't. If anyone knows of a good soundboard, send me what's it called? A DM of something you recommend. I haven't really looked into it. Don't use that as nearly as much. A soundboard would be nice, a big one with a bunch of sounds I can go crazy with. But you don't want too many because you get lost and you can't find. Yeah, I don't have... How many do I have here? 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 32. I've got 32 sounds. All right, anyway. Thank you, Sinosi. Appreciate you. Non-upgradable. Yeah, dude, I'm literally using a tablet. I think it's a Toshiba tablet that is like when they first came out with the tablet. I was a kid. My aunt got it for me. And I was like, whoa, a tablet. That's cool. This is pretty neat. You could put apps on this thing. That's like phenomenal. And like never really used it. And then like years later, I started this show, and this tablet was just laying around. And no joke, 8 years of doing this program, I've been using the same Toshiba tablet that you can't even update. Like, it's crazy, man. Can I lift this up and show you guys? Yeah, look at this thing. Yo, check this out. This is it. It's a little tablet, and I got my sounds on there. It's like one of the oldest apps ever, and it's so crazy that I still use this thing, but it works. Give him money, Dana. Keep your wife's name out your mouth. Anyway, back to this little show. That segment was called Show and Tell. I don't want to get rid of it. Like, I don't want to get rid of the tablet because it's been so good to me.
He definitely did not understand me at one time, and this dates back to about 2012, our rivalry, or maybe even a little before that. But he didn't understand me. He came through the real competitive era, and I was the start of what's known as the entertainment era, and they didn't necessarily blend very well. I believe.
You think Chael got bullied? You think that's the origin story? In Oregon, he got bullied, and then he got into like wrestling and shit. Because with the voice, like, he's such a badass and one of my favorite fighters of all time, but the voice
that over time
sounds very bullyable, right? Like, it sounds like you're constantly deflating a balloon, right? It sounds like you know what it sounds like? I gotta load this up. It sounds like that, just over and over again.
At least according to Anderson and things that he said, he now can look back and he does understand it. And in fact, he says he
see that. Yeah, that soundbite is gonna work really nicely. It's gonna fit in very nice on my board.
Even had more fun in his career if he had participated in it. And we both had our different paths, but I think in
it always sounds like he's running out of air and
regard, even for two guys that speak two different languages, we started to understand each other to a different level. Look, Daniel, everything.
All right, who cares? I don't even know what he's saying. Just babbling. Bap, 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 bap. All right, so Dustin Poirier was on Ariel. I did not hear Dustin, but I would like to hear Dustin. So post Islam, Dustin's. Oh, here we go. Dominic Reyes. Okay. Chee wee wee.
And then I didn't get the bonus that night, which was a little bit disappointing. But I recently talked to Dana, and yeah, I got the bonus now. So.
Oh wow. Did you campaign
yeah, it's
for
really,
it?
really awesome.
How did that go down?
I messaged him, and we talked, and he said, "Yeah, man."
I remember jumping on a Dominic Reyes gaming stream. He was like doing for the UFC, and there was like two people in there watching him. It was so depressing. It was like right when he started to fall apart. He started like losing his fights. Like it was like 2 losses in or something. He was doing his gaming stream. And I remember I was going back and forth with him. He was so fucking depressed. So depressed. And you hear him here too. Like, you can tell this was so important to him, finally getting that win again after so many years, you know, on a unbeaten streak. And everyone was saying that this guy, a lot of people were saying that this guy's going to be a champ. So close. And then getting knocked out over and over and over again, dealing with injuries. So you could hear the emotion in this man's voice. So good for him, man. And good on Dana bonusing him up.
You absolutely deserve it. So now I got the bonus.
Ah, amazing! Congratulations.
Yeah.
When you
he wasn't there that night, you know,
Yeah.
so it's hard to like say what happened that night and what it felt like in the arena. Because if you were in the arena,
yeah,
I was the performance of the night. Like I'll never forget how loud it was that night, man. Wow. Like,
yeah, you know what's crazy? That Louisville crowd. No matter, even though the prelims were so trash, they stuck with it. And when you got into the main card, they really were lit up. They hung in there and they did a great job. It's kind of crazy, right? And then you go to Brazil and they're throwing batteries at you and they're walking out of the building early.
I can still feel it. I can still feel it going through my body, the energy of all those people. And yeah, so I didn't originally get the bonus award.
Good for him. I mean, Crash Bandicoot's an okay game. It's all right. But, you know.
Because there were some amazing knockouts, you know, some amazing knockouts.
Never really was a big Crash Bandicoot fan.
But I did knock him out in 2 minutes after everything I've been through. You know, he's a high-level kickboxer, and I knocked him out. And that, by the way, nothing but respect to Dustin Jacoby, man. He's a heck of a competitor, man.
I love when they say that. Nothing but respect after they fucking knock someone out. All right, so that's Dominic Reyes. He's doing well. Kiwi. Ariel Helwani talks next, or NXT, at the UFC Apex. I don't even know. What does that even mean? All right, so Jared Cannonier. Let's see what he says here. I'm curious what he said about the stoppage. Jared Cannonier on his fight from Saturday night. It doesn't feel like I lost the fight. It just feels like it was taken from me.
Less than 2 days later, how are you processing what happened on Saturday night?
Well, you know, when it happened, it's gut-wrenching to say the least. It definitely took some time to collect myself. I had to go back and rewatch the fight and really relive the whole thing all over again. And it was really gut-wrenching. It feels like the opportunity to do great things was pretty much stolen from me in that moment. And it's just something that, as fighters, you know, we win and we lose, and then we have to live with it. And it's definitely not fun. Doesn't get any easier every time. But it doesn't feel like I lost the fight. I just feel like it was taken from me, you know?
Thank you. Well said. Jared Cannonier wants to rematch Imavov in Paris. Wasn't that a Kanye West song?
We were wondering before you came on whether you were on that show win structure, and that would make it even costlier for you. And now we find out that that is true. Is there any indication that the brass agrees that this was a horrible decision and will try to make this right to you? Do you know of any plans of doing that?
Yes, I think they're all in agreement that it was a very bad stoppage, like a horrible stoppage. You know,
yeah.
I think the whole world is in agreement.
How are they gonna run that back? I hope they do. I actually hope they do run it back because I do feel they did Jared dirty there. I don't think they will.
That was the worst thing that could have happened that night. That fight ended the way it ended. So yes, they're all in agreement. As far as any compensation, I don't know. I want to petition for a rematch. You know, the UFC is going to Paris in September. I would love to go to Nasruddin's backyard and make that right. He'll have the home field advantage. It won't be people chanting USA. It'll be champion. It'll be people chanting Français, however they say France and Spanish in French. But you know, that's what I would like. You know,
they didn't want Jared to win anyway. You think they're not going to run it back? They didn't want Jared to. Jared's 40 years old, right? They don't want Jared to win. They'd rather Imavov win. They're not going to run it back. I hope they do for Jared's sake. I hope they do because I like Jared. I think he's a nice guy, even though I'm goofing on him. I like Jared, and I thought he got messed up, but they're not going to do it. There's no way. There's no way. No rematch. He was losing. He wasn't losing. No, but the momentum was changing. It was, for sure. Who put the crying baby over that man? That's just, I don't know. It's crazy, right? Could you believe? So who would do that? It's nuts, man. I don't know. It's fucking weird.
To make that right.
Right, Blind Beauty? I mean, what the fuck?
To make that right, that's something that I would want. You know, that a rematch in Paris. You know, he came over here, so I'm more than happy to go over there.
How do you handle this? I understand why Jared is lobbying for this. There's got to be a better way. You know, there's got to be a way. There's got to be like a viral way that you can get that rematch. You got to get everyone excited. You got to go out of character or some shit. I don't know. Maybe post a picture like or put an OnlyFans up of you like having sex with your rocks. You know, rubbing the rocks against your anus or some shit. And then while you're rubbing your rocks against your anus, you look at the camera and you're like, I want the rematch. Have it go viral or something, you know? Maybe. He's got to get arrested. What do you think, guys? Give me some ideas. I mean, rubbing the rocks against the anus might be a little bit too far, but help me out, guys. You know, crying on Ariel is not going to do it. It won't work. First of all, the UFC doesn't even like Ariel, so I think rubbing rocks on your anus might do it. It sucks for him, man. He got screwed. Yeah, he totally got screwed on that one. Jared sounds soy. Nah, yeah, I mean, he's just a nice guy, you know. That likes rocks and stuff. He needs a few more crystals, and he will win. Yeah, maybe he didn't have enough crystals, rocks, whatever. I think the rock video is fine. Omar, you think you should do that? All right, one's in the chat. One's in the chat if you think. Or rocks in the chat. Do they have rock emojis? Let's ask Raul Rosas Jr. what he thinks about this. Hold on. Raul, what do you think about Jared Cannonier getting a rematch? Okay. I hope they do. I hope I'm wrong. Let's see what else he has to say.
It wouldn't be my first time I've gone to somebody's backyard and come out with my hand raised. I've done it in Brazil. I've done it in Copenhagen.
What was the scorecards? Everyone's saying that Jared was losing. I didn't think Jared was losing. So let's look at the scorecards. Chiwiwi. Whoa. Easy, Nina. Easy. What the fuck? Hold on a second. Why is she posting this shit? See, this is what I'm saying. Things are heating up in Las Vegas. Please send help. I can't show that shit. This fucking girl. I swear to God, man. Trying to get me all in trouble and shit. Raul, what do you think about those titties? Okay, I got to scroll through Twitter and be very careful here. Alrighty. Okay, so UFC news. God, man, when Nina Drama hits the wall, it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get real ugly. She relies so much on that thirst trap shit that she keeps doing on there. It's all gonna come crashing down. She needs to pivot quickly. Stop fucking showing herself naked all the time. I mean, listen, I understand we want to see that stuff, of course, but I mean, come on. Cut it out. All right. So, Jared Cannonier 10. All right, 2-1. So, Kamijo Junjichiro Kamijo. Never even heard that, ref. Had Imavov up 2-3, and Derek Cleary and Sal Diamato had Jared Cannonier 1-3. So, there you go. So Jared was winning. All right, so stop lying in the chat. No one likes a bunch of liars.
I'm more than happy to do it again in Paris. So that's something that
in Mike Perry.
I want. So
I want to fight. I want to rematch him inside Mike Perry.
That's something we're going to be pushing for. Trying to get that rematch. Because I lost a lot in that moment. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was ranked number 4. I don't know how that's gonna affect the rankings.
Oh man, I don't know, guys. Do you think crying on Ariel is a good look? I do feel bad for him, but I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna help him in any way. Is that like pulling on the heartstrings? Do you think that's gonna give him the rematch? Let me know. I don't think it's gonna work.
I was in good position to make this make another run for the title. I was right there at the doorstep of a title, so I don't know how that's going to affect anything.
I had this intrusive thought of the fan falling off the ceiling and cracking him in. I don't know why. I'm just looking at the fan flipping around in the background. I'm like, oh my God, could you imagine if that just fell on his head?
But yes, the UFC brass is in agreement that was a bad stoppage, and
they're in agreement that it was a bad stoppage, but that doesn't mean you're getting a rematch.
I hope they will be in agreement that a rematch is is what's the word? It'll be good compensation for for that occurrence.
Do you know if they
see.
are?
You know,
Do you know if they're interested, or is it too soon?
Initially, I've gotten my manager has told me that Mick is interested in it. So we'll see what happens. You know.
Yeah, I love that.
I mean, I guess if you can't pair Imavov up with anyone, if it's stale, then you could run it back. Let me see something here. Let me play Mr. Matchmaker over here and see what's going on. I'll figure it out for you guys. Just call Mystic. I got you. All right, so Cannonier at 4 and Imavov at 7. I mean, it's pretty tight up there. So with Brendan Allen moving up, I'm assuming come Wednesday, Imavov is going to surpass Jared in the rankings. They're all going to be floating around the top 5 somewhere. Vittori's got to drop, man. What the fuck is he? Vittori needs to be like at 14. Vittori needs to drop immediately. You got Strickland 1, Izzy 2, Rob 3, Jared 4, Marvin 5, Allen 6, Imavov 7. And that's going to shuffle around a little bit. Jared's not going to move too far. But when you're looking at these guys here, I mean, considering Jared fought a lot of these guys already, they might run it back. It's not impossible. Because it's not like Imavov. I don't know. Whitaker's got Chimaev. Israel, like, who the hell is Izzy going to fight DDP? Is that happening? Strickland's going to wait for a title shot. Cannonier's next, and then there's Vittori, which I'm sure he's going to. I mean, look at this. Vittori and Costa, Jack Hermanson, Hamzat's at 10. You know what? It's not impossible. Okay. They may actually run this back. So it's not impossible. Okay. Jared might get his wish. Savannah Marshall. I don't even know who the fuck.
Who the fuck is that guy?
All right. Dustin Poirier is asked about adjusting his shorts. This is very important.
I never asked you about this, but where did the, for lack of a better word, like tick to fix the shorts constantly throughout your fight? When did that develop?
I don't know, man, but I can't stop. I don't know. Mike, immediately after the fight, Mike Brown, when we got back to the Airbnb, was telling me, he was like, dude, I've never seen you touch your shorts that much.
Well, I was just going to say, I feel like you do it more now than ever.
Yeah, isn't that weird? That is weird. Do you think like CT's kicking in or some shit like that? Like he's starting to get ticks and stuff? Like that is weird. What's the reason?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't plan on it. I tell you that.
Do you do it in?
He probably does that. It's weird. It's a weird thing.
Training as well? Like when you spar?
Yeah.
You really? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever think of maybe like changing your shorts so that you don't do it? Like what if you wore?
Yeah, it probably is a nervous tick.
You know, like Muay Thai shorts or like Vale Tudo shorts.
I probably would. Maybe I have Tourette's. I'll probably still do it.
Even if you were wearing like tights and you couldn't lift them up?
I definitely wouldn't do it with tights. But it's all good.
Well, the reason I asked that is because I saw some people doing breakdown videos, and I'm curious if you believe this as well, that he was timing takedowns based on when you would touch your
It is true, though. Like, at any split second, you know, if you time it correctly, like if you're noticing that this guy's always grabbing his shorts, you can time that, right?
Shorts and move them up. Do you think that there's any credence to that?
Yeah.
Now, there could be, but I doubt it. But you never know.
Okay.
I mean, it has to. Your hands are literally on your shorts. You're not protecting your body nor your face.
I would do it. I would do it again.
Right.
Just like the Gilly, right? I tell you what, I want to see. This is the fight I want to see. I want to see Sarukian versus Poirier. That's what I want to see. Sarukian talking a little shit on Dustin. I would love to see Dustin knock Sarukian out. That's what I would like to see. Now, Dustin seems like he's on his way out. I don't think so. I think Dustin will compete again. We're going to find out because it says Dustin's asked about his fighting future here. But I would love to see that. Boo, I hate Armin, right? Wouldn't you love to see? Who would not root for Poirier to knock out Sarukian? And it's not like Sarukian's a dick, but when he's interviewed, he's become like kind of pricky lately. I don't know. There's some like weird thing with Sarukian. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but he's attacking fans and his interviews are getting like really weird. I would like to see P-Head go in there and knock him out. That'd be a good fight, though. He was trying to get Nuñez out to stop Islam shooting. I think Arman beats Dustin, even though I like Dustin. I mean, I would imagine Arman would be the favorite. Haven't announced the DDP fight yet. Can you wear an extra large cup if your wiener is kind of small? Sure. I don't know how that would have. I mean, that sounds like it wouldn't be recommended. I wouldn't mind watching Dustin lose again. He needs a better PR on social media and social media guru. Oliveira is low-key a short toucher.
The moment in the cage, speaking to Joe Rogan, how close were you to retiring?
Close, but I'm never gonna just lay my gloves down on the mat like that, you know, because I tell you every time, this could be my last fight. Every one for the past couple years.
He should just keep laying his gloves on the mat, like keep retiring. That's what you should do. Just keep laying. I think that'd be such a funny troll thing. He just keeps taking his gloves off and retiring. It would literally be blasted all over social media. Dustin retired. And then, you know, just sign another contract fight. I mean, it really doesn't mean anything. You know, look at Henry Cejudo. Like, you could put your gloves down and just keep fighting. And I would just keep fighting and just keep putting the gloves down. And then eventually say, yeah, that was the real one. You know? They'll keep on playing highlight reels and shit. The crowd will give him big standing ovations. You know? He can hug his wife and walk out. Everyone's crying. And then just go back and do it again. And just keep doing it, you know? That's what I would do.
I felt like that. But I don't know. And even being this far removed from the fight, I still don't know. I'm kind of looking for clarity, searching myself.
Okay, I'm going to ask someone in the chat. I'm going to ask you guys in the chat. So this is not a, maybe this will be a hot take. I don't know. How many people are off the Dustin, the DP train? How many people are off of it? I was never really on it. But I do find myself rooting for him in certain ways, but not much. Like, usually I'm rooting against him, but if he wins, I'd still be happy for him. So I don't hate Dustin Poirier. But you've been off? Yeah, I've never really been a fan. Like, I don't know. It's weird. He's just never done it to me. For me. Done it to me. He's never done it to me. Never really, I don't know. I never really related or latched onto DP. He's a fun guy to watch fight. And I would love to see him beat Sarukian. That'd be great. I rooted for Dustin in the Islam fight, but I'm not going to be a fake fan. Only Dustin versus other older guys or big names, not new up-and-comers. Yeah, you don't want him to fight another Benoit. Never on. Never liked Dustin. Only rooted for him for the in the last one because America, bitch. Okay. He's entertaining, so I like him. His fights are very entertaining, yeah. And he seems like a cool dude. He does. I just never got on board. Dustin makes $1 million per fight, and I root for him.
Wonderful.
How does that correlate? Like, he makes $1 million per fight and you root for him? So how does that connect? Sinosi. How does that connect, actually?
And taking it one day at a time, but
he does make a lot per fight.
I don't know what's next.
Okay, so that was the obvious follow-up. I'm sure you know. People want to know if you have made a decision. The answer is obviously no.
I still don't know. You know, I still don't know.
Yeah, leave him alone.
Can't say I'll never fight again, but I just don't know the reason. What am I going to fight?
Let him hit the bottle for a couple of weeks. Let him fall off the rails. You know, get derailed for a little bit. Let him, you know, hit the sauce. Hit that hot sauce. Have a good time. Get depressed. Go down the rabbit hole. And then something will pop up and he'll fight again.
To get into a battle, I love that. But, man, I've taken some lumps over the years. It has to be for something. And maybe that's something I'll recognize that or realize that in the coming weeks. I don't know. But I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Are you leaning in a direction?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards being done.
Okay. More so than ever?
Yeah, for sure.
To the point where you
especially without, you know, like getting the title fight, like what how many more times would I need to fight to put myself back in position to fight for the world title? I don't.
Is it me or a lot of these guys crying? Ariel Helwani should have been giving out tissue boxes to the guests, right? Like, what the fuck? Jesus. This is depressing. Dustin's more exciting than Strickland. Yeah, it's weird. Strickland on the mic, Dustin in the cage for sure. I will give you that. That is 100% true. Holy shit, man. The tears on the MMA Hour today. Just flowing. Check Discord. Let's see. What's on Discord? Let's see what's on Discord, man. I keep on thinking it's Wednesday. We got a rear naked choke. Did this happen tonight? A hockey rear naked choke. It's Florida Oilers. Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at this shit. This happened tonight? Let's see.
But
I can't play the audio. He's fucking tapping. Dude, what the fuck? What? What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? What happened there? Were they fighting? Like, I mean, it looked like he was just restraining him. That's funny, man. That's kind of crazy. How do you not love hockey? I've fallen off. I'm out. Rangers lost. I'm out. Good luck, guys. May the best team win. Who's that lady from the Oilers who has Nuñez? Yeah, I saw her all over the internet. All right, what else did Dustin say? He's going to fight Ariel. Yeah, I mean, he's just going on and on here. Like, Ariel's trying to, like, he's trying to squeeze something out of him.
And like I said, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to fight 5 more times.
Like, how many times do you want him to say he's not coming back?
Trying to earn another title shot. So I'm in a weird spot. I don't know how to explain it or what decision.
Let me guess. Ariel's gonna be like, but are you gonna fight again?
Decision to make, but I'm just kind of taking it day by day and seeing what.
Let's go, Champ Jay. Thank you for being a member for 12 months. Thank you to the members in the chat. Ooh, yeah, come on, all right.
With my mind changing and just to see how I feel.
At the post-fight press conference, you said that, and correct me if I misunderstood this, that your wife has kind of campaigned for you to stop, right? She would prefer.
Oh my God, he's just beating this fucking dead horse.
Stop. Since the fight, does she feel the same, or is there a change in her stance?
No, she feels the same because I brought it up a couple.
Okay, it's like it's the same fucking thing over and over. Dustin, I'm gonna fight your ass.
Do you think you would be at peace if this is the end? Like, do you think this would be something that would creep up 10 years later, or you're truly at peace now?
It's tough to say because the only thing that like makes me not want to walk away is because I know I can still compete with these guys and I feel like I'm still getting better. You know, it's not like I'm slowing down that much or age is catching up with me. My reaction time is still good. I feel good and I know I can beat these guys. And say I do leave, you know, in a year from now, it might not be the same. If I ever try to.
It's the same fucking thing. It's the same conversation.
What do you think?
Oh, dude, for sure. We could put that on the Zone or something, man.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but I'll do ESPN Plus. I like them. They're cool.
I mean, domestic buys will be insane.
Okay. That sounds like a riveting interview. Dustin Poirier is asked if he has any desire to box.
I know you love boxing. Any desire to get one in there? Would that be a different thing?
I would love to. That would be fun. It's like that excites me, but I don't think, I still have.
I couldn't care less. Do you guys want to see Poirier box? I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't get, like, Diaz and Masvidal boxing. I don't give a fuck, but there's going to be nothing on, so I got to watch it. Right? There's really nothing else to watch. I don't think the UFC is going to be on. So, all right, if nothing else is on, sure. Gives me some content. We can react to some people beating each other up, but why? I mean, if you want to get a bag of money, sure. I couldn't care less. Dustin Poirier said he would have retired if he won the belt.
By the way, if you would have won, would you have retired on the spot?
Yeah.
That was the plan?
But he's already retired.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, really? You reached the mountaintop, you were going to retire right then and there?
Like Ariel, like that conversation sounds horrific. How long was Dustin on there? That sounds terrible. What a shitty conversation. I mean, talk about one of the most boring conversations I've ever fucking listened to. All right. Well, that sounds like a terrible show. Let's see. You guys want to see Tyson Fury drunk? Check this out. There he is. He's fixing his shorts like Dustin. Yadasa! I just lost a fight against... There he goes.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That can't be him. That can't be him. We don't see his face. Does anyone know for sure if this is him? I thought Tyson Fury stopped drinking. Didn't he say he stopped drinking? Isn't he a former alcoholic? I mean, that does look like him from behind. We don't... Yeah, it does look like him, right?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Is he wearing the same thing? Hold on, let's see. Yeah, he's got khaki pants on. He lost his shirt, though. Right? He's got... What has he got? A vest? What is... Let me see. Let me dissect this. He's got a... Is that... Oh, maybe that is the... Oh, yeah, maybe that is the shirt. Holy shit. That is the same person.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What do you guys think? Holy fuck. If that's Tyson Fury, that's not good. That is not good. I thought he was a former drunk. I thought he quit. He's back on the sauce? That's sad, man. Damn. I mean, this guy's got all the money in the world, so we shouldn't really be that sad, but he's battled some demons. That's not good. That's not a good look if that's really him. Do you think UFC 303 will happen? Oh, 100%. Yeah, we covered three. We did 3 shows, 2 depressing ones and 2 one phenomenal. Yeah, he's coming back, baby. Yeah, don't worry. No worries. And the pillow will be given out. McGregor's back. It's official. It's locked in. Conor McGregor pillow will be given away finally at UFC 303. It's going to be going down. So, yes, no worries. You've been busy. How dare you? He still would have a drink, but now after losing it may... Oh, man. So he did still drink? Man, I tell you what. If you're a raging alcoholic and you had, like, serious demons, you finally kick it, never go back. Not even if it's a glass or 2. Don't fucking do it. And it seemed like Tyson Fury was in a bad spot. Look at him. Security's trying to... I'll knock all of you out, you dasses! You sausage! Get your hands off of me, you sausage! Get it off of me! Look at me crawling over here, you sausage! I just want some let me eat the sidewalk! So bad, man. That's so fucked. Oh, boy. The Gypsy King. That's what Usyk did to him. That's terrible, man. Man, he must be taking that loss pretty bad. Man. That's fucked. Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, Logan's damn near as big as Brad. From the video, you kind of could tell, like, if Logan would have lost, he probably wouldn't have been in that kind of, you know.
Do you think he sounds like that when he's fucking? He's like, oh, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come.
Just from their energies in the moment, you could kind of tell Logan won.
I feel it. I feel the tingle between my legs. I'm gonna nut.
Talk to Mike. I don't want to spill too much juice. Looked like, you know, I'll say it was probably a little quicker. I messaged buddy Brad.
Whoa.
He's at the restaurant.
I'll have a steak. I'll have a nice juicy steak, medium, please.
Like, what the fuck? He's at the drive-thru, ordering a burger.
I'll have the number 2.
Made sure there was no injuries, but he said that shit is exhausting, and he got a little tuckered out, a little gassed out. I heard it lasted about 60 seconds, but I don't know.
You guys know better than me.
I know exactly.
The fuck? What was that? A jump scare? What the hell was this? What the fuck? Is there some nice jump?
But I don't know.
You guys know better than me.
I don't know what the hell was going on there. KSI and Tommy Fury interact last night's soccer aid. I don't care. There's our boy Raul. Alex Pereira is still cooking Jamal Hill 2 months after the fight.
Não tenho nada a dizer, não. Eu só não fiquei confuso, né? Não entendi. Parece que ele acordou do nocaute agora, eu acho.
Well, to be honest, I kind of don't get why he's doing this so late. It's been almost 2 months. People usually do that right away, but maybe he just woke up for the knockout.
Damn. Burn. Oh, this shit was hilarious. I didn't get to... Was this the Tuivasa? Oh, no, wait. What the fuck? Tuivasa was funny, man. He was pretending he was cutting hair, and he had the razor backwards.
Barbershop down the road?
Hey?
Yeah, I think they're stealing all your customers.
Right, let me talk to this flop G. Oh, you're flop. Tell it. Oh, you should.
You know what? These fucking... Dude, these bits are like so fucking cheesy. All right, what else? What did we miss? Oh, that's weird. When is Alex Pereira learning English? He'd be an even bigger superstar, or maybe yeah. I tell you what, if he learned English, I mean, think about it. Someone put a video out. I wish I remember the account, but someone put a video out of Alex Pereira hitting the dais, and no one was cheering him. It was, I can't remember what event it was. Sean O'Malley was on the card, so if you could remember, if you have the clip, someone put it on X, and not one person was cheering him. But now the dude is a complete superstar and doesn't speak a word of English. It's crazy, man, what Alex Pereira has done with himself. Like, it's actually fascinating. And considering the fact that he doesn't speak English, like, it's wild. Did you guys see this? Mike Tyson, here's a fan that got a tattoo, like a pretty nice tattoo too, of Mike Tyson, Iron Mike Tyson. He meets Mike. He's like, Mike, can I get a picture of you? He's like, yeah, fuck out of here. Just like, look, this dude just got blown off. He's like, I literally have a mural of you on my arm for eternity. And Mike Tyson just like, whatever, bro. He don't give a fuck. Look at him. He just keeps... Let's go, Mike. Let's go, champ. My kind of fighter. Apparently, Bradley Martin and Logan Paul, if you even give a shit about this. By the way, I got Bradley Martin to shave his hair. Just saying. If you don't know who Bradley Martin is, he's just like a bodybuilder, influencer dude. He's always with his shirt off and shit. And Logan Paul, I guess, said, hey, let's scrap. And they did something behind the scenes. And apparently it was like only 60 seconds of them going at it. We'll never know who won the battle between Logan Paul, WWE guy, and Bradley Martin, the man who I made shave his head. Because, anyway. All right, I think I'm done. Anything? Did I miss anything, chat? That man is kidded. Don't take it personal. Brad is a trans bodybuilder, maybe. Bradley doesn't have any hair to begin with. Yeah, I made a... Some kid ripped his hat off. Like, check this post out, man. This is fucking nuts. I can't believe it got this much engagement. Actually, if I go to notifications. So it was this. So some kid takes this hat off of Bradley Martin. Now, Bradley Martin's notoriously known to wear a hat because, listen, the dude's got it, you know, he's hanging on for dear life with his hair. So he always wears a hat. And some fucking little broccoli head rips it off his head. Now, Bradley's a big fucking bodybuilder, and these are little twink kids. Like, I mean, so Bradley's like, yeah, give it back. And this kid's like, nah, what are you going to do? So Bradley smacks him across the fucking... he smacks him across the face. And the kid's like, what the fuck? He's like, bro, I'm going bull. So I put a tweet out. Never mess with a man with a receding hairline's hat. And this shit got like, dude, it got crazy 790,000 views, 16,000 likes. And people are commenting like crazy. And then shortly after I made that post, Bradley Martin shows up with a shaved head. So you could thank me. You can thank me. I helped you, Bradley. You don't need the hat. You shave the head. Just let it go, baby. Let it go. All right, guys. I want to say a big thanks to everyone in the chat that stopped by tonight. Make sure you hit that like button. If you didn't hit that like button, hit it right fucking now. Thank you to the members. Thank you to everyone that donated tonight. I truly appreciate you guys stopping by. We'll be live again throughout the week, so make sure you got that notification bell rung. And we're going to be live for the event that's happening. Was it Perez versus that prospect kid? What's his name? You guys remember his name? Tyra. I forgot his name. Perez versus Tyra. Now, you may not, these guys may not be familiar to you, but Perez came off a big win, and this guy Tyra is a phenom. He's someone that looks to be someone special if he can get the win at the fight night that's coming up on Saturday at the Apex. But we'll be covering that card, doing predictions and all that stuff. Remember, mybookie.ag, promo code MMA-HOLES for that 10%. But we out of here, friends. Big thanks to everyone stopping by, and don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA-hole. Good night.
That like is not going to hit itself. Bash that like for the MMA holes. Smash that like for the MMA holes. Doctor, stop that like for the MMA holes. Form out that like for the MMA holes. Let's hit those goals with the MMA holes. It's completely free. Like it now. Spike it now. Hit the light now. Like it now. Spike it now. Hit the light now. Hey, you hit it. Like it now. Spike it now. Hit the light now. Like it now. Spike it now. Hit the light now. Hey, you hit it. Like it now. Spike it now. Hit the light now. Like it now. Spike it now. Hit the light now. Hey, you. Hit the light, you filthy animal. The MMA holes love you.